Clip, this video is all going to be about Fortnite sensitivity. Now, you see, I could easily just give you some settings that are going to make you think that you're a beast, but in reality, you cannot, and the best way to improve your aim is by finding the sensitivity by yourself. If you watch throughout the whole of today's video, I can guarantee you, if you learn how to find your own sensitivity, you will double the amount of times you hit headshots and kill people way faster. Oh my god, why is like 4 kids in there? But as I was saying, if you watch throughout the whole video today, I can guarantee you with these tips, your aim is going to improve so much and you'll find that perfect sensitivity you're looking for. Now, if you are a controller player looking for help, then I'm always giving it, so make sure you subscribe to my channel with notifications on if you would like to improve on controller in future. Here are some of my recent videos helping all my fans on controller, so if you would like to see more of these, then make sure to subscribe with notifications. Also, make sure to drop a like. It helps me out so much. You don't understand. Seriously, go down there and drop a like right now. And lastly, before we get into the tips, make sure to go ahead and comment if you use an Xbox, controller, PS4, or Nintendo Switch. I want to see who wins the war in the comment section below. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the settings that all of the pros are currently using. Now, some of these pros use exponential and linear. So firstly, I want to go over the benefits of why these pros might be using exponential over linear or linear over exponential. But if we look at both of the graphs up on screen, the reason why linear is so hard to hit shots at long range is due to the fact that it immediately speeds up much further than an exponential setting. So now if we actually have a look at the chart, we can actually already see that only around 3 players actually use exponential. Therefore meaning that linear is definitely the favorable setting. So if you already chose that one, then you're off to a great start. But if you were exponential, then don't worry because I've got you some good tips coming up. Now the first thing we'll be talking about with all the pro players, definitely the similarity seems to be with the build sensitivity. It typically is around 2 to 2.5 times speed. Ooh. Come here, bro. What are you doing? Ooh. Woohoo. No match. Oh, but we destroyed him. So next up, for edit sense, I wouldn't recommend going anything above a 3, anything below a 2. Now, coming up, I actually have something really important to tell you guys about horizontal and vertical speeds that I've noticed that all the pros do, but for some reason, I've never heard about this secret tip. Oh, baby, you're on a streak. Now, what this typical trend tends to be is that all pros have a lower vertical sensitivity than their actual horizontal sensitivity. Now, the exact reason why players like to have a higher horizontal than the actual vertical is for when you're going around a corner, you can keep yourself at head height, hitting more headshots overall. Now, we're going to be moving on to one of the arguably the most important ADS settings, which is actually the ADS sensitivity. Now, it seems that most players are running around a 10% to a 15% ADS, and I would highly recommend you yourself doing the same and not going too low. Now, there's a lot of problem with a lot of players thinking the lower the better as the stronger the aim assist. Unfortunately, that is not true because most players that have a really low ADS sense cannot keep up with their opponents and tend to lose tracking ability. So if you are looking for something quite perfect, I would suggest around maybe a 12%. Oh yeah, you run, big boy. Come on. Ooh, toasted him up a little bit. Getting toasty, buddy. Oh, disgusting. Moving on to dead zones though, this is really important and dedicated to your own controller, so you have to find this out really on yourself. But most players tend to range from around a 5 to a 10, nothing really higher, nothing really lower. Now that's because they're actually all trying to counter out the stick drift that comes with playing on linear settings, so I definitely recommend playing on around a 7 if you do think you have dead zone stick drift. To put into simpler terms, what is dead zone stick drift? Basically, it's when you're not touching your controller and your character is still turning by itself. This can really affect your aim, so I definitely recommend sticking to around a 7. Or just higher or low, just play with it until you don't really get much stick drift. Or it's just not noticeable. What even just happened? Now, I'm going to be going over some ways to actually train your aim to actually make it good, because of course settings don't just make it good by itself. So now we're going to work out some ways to train it, and then after that, we're going to be going over and creating the perfect sensitivity using all the tips combined. And now we're going to be jumping into the part of the video where we analyze all the top controller players' settings and seeing the anomalies and seeing which everyone used and the similarities and working out which are the best settings. And of course, weighing up some benefits as to what's better than what. Now, this website can be very beneficial towards you. It's called fortsettings.com. Now, what this allows you to do is go ahead and search up all the best Fortnite pros, and it gives you the exact sensitivities they use. So if you have any favorite controller players that you love to watch, you can find their exact settings if you search them up on this website. For example, I love watching Mongrel, so if I search him up on this website, boom, his sensitivity comes up. So yeah, if you want to find any pro sensitivity, go to this website and you can find it. Alrighty, so hopping into one of the first ways we can actually train our aim is by actually using a good training map. Now, I actually like to train on Tito's training map, and I'm going to show you some benefits of why you should use this. Now, the reason why this map is so good is because it actually has horizontal tracking, vertical tracking, and it even has some slide, free build, and 360 tracking. Now, these options give you so many different sub options, as it has a close, medium, and far to train you at all ranges to make sure that your aim is perfect. It even goes over why linear is sometimes better than exponential, or why exponential is sometimes better than linear. But let's say that I want to train my SMG aim up close. Well, let's go to horizontal tracking at close range. So as you can see here, there is this man that goes across the screen, and all you have to do is laser him and hit all of your shots and practice your aim. As you can see, tap firing can be extremely deadly when coming up close range. So that's one tip for you guys, is to use tap firing. So overall, for the first tip is to make sure you actually go ahead and tap fire rather than actually spraying your gun, so you can hit more shots and be more accurate. But Fortnite isn't always the exact same, and it's always a random thing that happens and pops up during your games to always screw you over. So we can practice this by going into the randomized tracking. So as you can see, this one, it revolves around me getting different angles of different enemies when they're coming forward and close, and overall just having a bit of everything to make sure your tracking is perfect. This is definitely not easy, and I'm sure you guys can do a great job at this and practice your aim to make it perfect. The slide is extremely fun to actually go ahead and use, because you can actually go ahead and slide across the map while using just your shotgun aim to practice. Now, the reason why this is so great is because it actually slides you to go ahead and go from long range all the way up to short range as you're going across the opponent. And you can just keep going back at it once over again, starting with your AR and then going back over to your SMG in the mid lane, and then switching over to your shotgun in the final lane. And then boom, use my shotgun to finish him off. And of course, we can go into the free build category, so that once you've got your new sensitivity, you can actually go ahead and try it out and see if you actually like it or not. Alrighty, so I actually pretty much like my new building sensitivity, so that's great use of the free building part. Now let's take a look at the pop-up section. Now, this is really great to train your actual vertical sensitivity, and I'll definitely recommend trying it out, because I recommended to you guys earlier to have a slow vertical sensitivity, so you might struggle on this part here, but it's a really great chance to actually practice it. Now, a really great tip I have for you guys is to actually come out of aiming and un-ADS and ADS again. Now, not the old LT spamming technique, but just ADSing and coming out for a couple seconds between ADSing and non-ADSing. This just allows you to actually catch up with some of the players that you can't keep up with because you have a slow ADS. But honestly, guys, I don't think there's much more I really need to say, other than you guys can go ahead and use all these tips now to go ahead and build your perfect sensitivity. If I have helped you at all today, make sure to subscribe for more console tips on Fortnite in future. And also go ahead and drop a like. Remember, we need to go ahead and smash a bunch of likes, as it really helps me out, guys. Also, remember our comment war and see whoever wins PS4, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch, or even iPhone maybe. So make sure to go ahead and comment down below if you are on Xbox, PS4, or Nintendo Switch. Also, if you are interested in contacting me in future, or just seeing what I'm up to every day, then make sure to go ahead and follow my Twitter, as I'm always active on that. Of course, that will be linked in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out. Other than that, guys, though, I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. Peace out.